Cannon was back. What's happening, Wolfpack and cool kids? It's your boy, CJ So Cool, and I'm back again with another video. But this time, guys, I am doing something very new. Yesterday on Live Rays, I asked if everybody would like to see me do a story time and at least start telling story times. I've been seeing the comments way before now. People saying, see, they do story times. We want to hear about your life before YouTube and etc. etc. But anyway, I finally felt that it was time that I actually did it. And to start this series off right, I'm gonna just tell you a story about the time when someone stole my car. Okay, they stole my car. I bought this 1986 Oldsmobile Cutlass. It was like $1,500 when I first bought it. It was a real piece of crap. I mean, this was a dusty, rusty. It was terrible, all right? But I knew that it was an investment and I was gonna just be turning this car into something totally different from what it looked like, all right? I took this car home, the transmission went out, the motor went out. It was crazy. I ended up like getting myself into something more than I could bargain for. Like, I couldn't even afford to fix this car up the way I wanted to due to things like the engine and the transmission or whatever. But eventually I gained all the money that I needed because I was always a hustler, man. No one could ever stop me from getting what I wanted to get. I don't care what it was. I always had it, even before YouTube. So what I did was I customized this car. I got the motor fixed, the transmission fixed. I got the car painted. All right, when I got the car painted, it was all blue at first, and I took it home. I was super excited. But my grandma's dog, shout out to my granny, she's still alive, shout out to her. Her dog, man, his name was Marley. She had him leashed on this freaking chain, all right? Now, the chain was supposed to be tied to something in the garage, but the chain was so long that he could walk out the garage if he wanted to. Now, me, I didn't really pay attention to things like that. I didn't really know. Let's just say I was naive, all right? I pulled my car in super close, inside the garage almost, except like if they wanted to close the garage, my car would not have gotten smashed. Like, that's how close it was though. But they never closed the garage because the dog, they want the dogs to be able to be free or whatever. But anyway, the dog ends up like getting his leash caught onto my bumper. Now my car just got painted. So imagine that, right? It's like the cringe, oh my God, really this happened? I'm not even here right now. I come home and I find out that my freaking car has been vandalized by an animal. But it all started to make sense once I put two and two together. Like, okay, he got this long metal leash. His leash is connected to my bumper. He's trying to set himself free. And before you know it, he ends up finding out that this car tastes good. And he chews all over the bumper. He destroys it. He tears it off the car. It was crazy. It's like some person did it, but except you could tell it was a dog. It was so many teeth marks on my bumper. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, I ended up having to get that fixed. But before I got that fixed, of course I had to snap on my grandma. Now, I will admit, now that I'm grown, I'm much older, I apologize for what I did and how I took it out on my grandmother. It wasn't even her fault. Long story short on that, this guy named Leroy, who actually loved like to basically be a caretaker to my grandmother's animals and stuff like that because she does nice things for him. He's just a local neighborhood friend. He was a friend of all of ours. He was the one who did it. Now, he's supposed to have wrapped the leash around enough so that the dog Marley couldn't just roam free, but his lazy ass ended up letting the dog basically be free as possible. Now, my car wasn't there when Leroy locked the dog up, so I guess in his mind, he wasn't doing no harm. But long story short, he was, because when I pulled up and got out, the dog ended up having a field day on my car. But that very moment ended up changing my car's life and the history of my car. It created the SpongeBob theme. Like, I started to think, how am I gonna fix this? This is raggedy. I just made it look brand new and now it's already raggedy. I went back to the painter, right? He's like, what the hell happened? He's all mad. Of course, if you just painted a picture and someone smudged all on it, you will be mad too, right? So basically that's what it looked like to him. Anyway, I told him like, okay, what happened? The dog did it, blah, 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 but we can't cry for spoiled milk, right? So let's figure out how we're gonna fix this. I ended up, you know, just blowing out of proportion all these ideas that I had. I'm just yelling at him like, you need to think about doing this, or can you do this, or have you ever done that, or have you ever seen this? And then he's like, okay, I got it. We'll do the yellow splash, all right? And then it'll be like the SpongeBob theme. And it'll be like you ran through yellow, basically you smacked SpongeBob. That's what it was. It was like my car ran dead smack into SpongeBob and splashed yellow everywhere over the blue. That was super cool to me. He ended up getting my car like a week or two later. He ended up hitting me up like it's ready. I pulled that car out. I kid you not. I never been more happy in my life. That dog, what he did to my car, I could not have thanked him more. Like, it was like him messing up my car made me make my car 10 times better. At first it was just all blue. It would have been just a blue car. But when the dog messed it up, I was like, I gotta do something. And it ended up, man, that car ended up being the best thing I have ever seen. In my city, we had a lot of old schools that was hooked up. Because that's, you know, that's the era I grew up in, where people was riding in Dunks and old school box Chevys or G bodies on rims, and everyone had 22s, 24s, 26s, 30s, all these rims and paint jobs look nice, interior, speakers. This is the era I grew up in. This is the environment I grew up around, okay? And I just ended up jumping right on in. As soon as I was old enough, as soon as I had the money to do it, I jumped right on in, and I couldn't stop. Once I started, I could not stop, man. My SpongeBob car ended up like evolving. It started out as something, like I said, so blue and plain, then it got the splash. Then I started adding like SpongeBob stuff on the trunk and started doing more things to the interior, and next thing you know, I did the dust covers and behind the rims. Now I got yellow rims in the front, blue rims in the back. Everybody's like, oh, this is so freaking tight. Man, that car, bruh. Anyway, so this all happened when, like I said, I was living with my grandmother, but I ended up having the car for 5 years, guys. 5 years, that's a long time. No one had ever did anything to me. No one had ever, like, you know, basically stole the car. I still had it. But, you know, hey, like they say, all good things must come to an end. I ended up moving in with my auntie. My auntie lived in this neighborhood called Glen Park. So if you're familiar with Gary, Indiana, then you know Glen Park. So I moved from Marshalltown Terrace to Glen Park. Basically from another hood to a hood. So it's just like 2 different hoods, 2 different everythings. But no matter what, I always felt safe because like I was well connected. Everybody knew me. It was a small city. So it wasn't like I was coming from another state. Like, people knew me, they recognized my car, they knew everything about me or whatever, but it's still like, it was like I lived with my auntie, I'm gonna say about 2-3 years. About 3 years before anybody had ever did anything like this, guys. And then one day it happened. I was asleep. My uncle, he woke me up. He said, CJ, where'd you park your car? I'm like, I parked it in the front of the house. What you mean? Well, I always park it. It was raining last night. What am I supposed to do? And so he's like, well, it's not there. I'm like, is this some type of prank? You know, I'm still asleep. And my mind is asleep, my body. You know, when you wake up, somebody wake you up. You wasn't ready to wake up, so you just feel like basically you're just brushing everything off. Like, yeah, I'm asleep, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like, that can wait. But it couldn't wait, because once I found out, like, he said my car was gone, I'm like, what? So I wake up, go look outside, and it was gone. And it was like, my heart, you know, my heart fell. Like, it was gone. I was looking for it, like, what the hell? My heart just felt like, is this a joke? You know, this ain't no joke. Go back in there, put on a shirt, because in Gary, Indiana, it's super cold, all right? And it was a thunderstorm that night. The reason why I did not put my alarm on, guys, is my car had an alarm. All of my cars always have an alarm. But I turned my alarm off. I specifically turned it off because it was a thunderstorm, and it was setting my alarm off so much I was annoyed. My alarm, when it went off, the keypad vibrates, okay? So like, I'm trying to sleep, and then I got this, and it ain't my phone ringing, so it's like, bruh, no one's messing with my car. Turned the alarm off. Wake up the next day, and it's glass everywhere. That's it, just glass. No note, no letter, no, no thanks. Just, yeah, nigga, we got your shit. And I had no words. I was literally lost for words. I can remember now, my auntie, she came outside like, what happened, what happened? I'm like, it's gone. We called the police. They're like, we haven't seen it, we haven't got any calls, but we'll be on the lookout. Basically means charge it to the game. Nigga, your car is gone. Chop shop somewhere, I don't know. But you know, like this, I can't even think of my words right now. Just thinking about these memories is just making me mad. Like, I lived in a city where dog eat dog. It's like, seriously. They don't care if you barely have anything. If it looks like you have everything, they want it. Period. That's the... After they stole my car, man, because I don't even want to, like, I don't want this topic to get touchy. It's supposed to be a story time, and that's just what it is, but it's touching me because it happened to me, you know, and I try to stay away from it. But anyway, after my car got stolen or whatever, I swept up the glass. I made Instagram, Facebook posts, all of that. Whole city commenting in the comment section. Like, who's gonna steal your car? Why would they steal your car? We all know whose car this is. What they gonna do? If I catch them riding around, I'm shooting them. Everybody got my back. It's like, dang, everybody got my back, yet my car's still not back. Like, no one ever found my car. It's gone. Like, poof, vamos. That was crazy though. I took the insurance money from that, and then I ended up, like, you know, coming to myself. Like, I already had Kamari. I had a kid and everything. I told my baby mom, I said, look, I can't stay here no more. I can't stay out here. Like, this is crazy. They hate me too much. Why would I stay here? I can't be somewhere where I'm highly hated. Why would you steal from me? That just don't make sense, right? So she didn't understand at the time, but I'm like, I'm out. Peace. I left, and like, look at me now. All I can say is everything happens for a reason. They stole what belonged to me. They stole what I created, okay? I didn't like buy a Lamborghini and was like, yeah, this is my car. I bought a $1,500 car and turned it into something, an eye popper, okay? I made people stop, drop, and roll. When they seen that car, everything stopped, period. So imagine like losing that feeling, knowing that when I wake up in the morning and I get in my car, I'm gonna make everybody's day. I used to have police pull me over just to say, hey, you're not in trouble. I just want to take a picture of your car for my daughter. I just want to take a picture of your car for my child. Like, what? Are you kidding? People used to do things like that. They used to record me when I was driving down the highway. I'm driving down the street. People recording me on their phones. They can't believe that it's an actual SpongeBob car riding down the street with loud music and everything. And the person that's inside it is super turned. I was always turned up. It's crazy though, man. But like I said, I took the insurance money and I moved to Vegas and I restarted my life, okay? That's when Jinx was getting out of the Air Force, and then that's when he hit me up and he was like, he didn't know if he wanted to move to Texas. He knew he didn't want to go back to Gary, Indiana. He didn't know if he wanted to stay where he was or come to Vegas. I'm like, look, bro, come to Vegas, all right? Move in with me. I got a girlfriend, she got 3 kids, but trust me, we got another room for you. We got more rooms, all right? Move in with me, and then everything is just gonna start to change. And it did. My brother moved in with me. He became this big YouTube sensation known as Jinx. Everybody loved him, okay? And then everything started to change. People started to hate on him, you know, started to throw him off his game a little bit. You might say he fell off, but long story short, I went through the same thing and I'm still here fighting every day. I always go through ups and downs, and I'm not the only one out there. I know there's many people watching this video right now that has been through so many trials and tribulations, but they continue to fight. That is the only thing I want everybody watching this to do. Continue to fight, because that's the only thing that matters. As soon as you give up, they gonna stomp all over you, and you do not want that, trust me, okay? You have to fight it off, okay? You gotta be strong, and that's exactly what I did, guys. And obviously, if you don't know, oh, story time, get real. I don't know who this is, but I can't answer for them because I'm doing a story time right now. Anyway, long story short, guys, they took what belonged to me, something that I cared about so much, okay? Something that I put my pride into. My SpongeBob Cutlass, the SpongeBob Cutlass was everything to me. They took it, I moved forward, I kept fighting, and now I have the red Monte Carlo. It is so beautiful. I mean, like, at first I had kids and, you know, young people, teenagers, even older people liking the SpongeBob, but now everybody that's ever seen this red car has dropped dead. Like, I got people that are old as ever coming up to me saying things like, I never expected to see a car like this. This car is insane. I love this car. You've done so well with this car, and I'm so happy. My heart, my soul is happy, guys. And that is the only thing that matters, okay? I got the Camaro. They can't take that from me. I got the Jeep. They can't take that from me, guys. They took one car from me, and I bounced back, okay? That's why I always play that song. I feel Big Sean, man. Last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back. That's real talk right there, guys. Anyway, this will conclude the first story time. Hopefully you enjoyed this story time. If you did and want to see more, you know I go off of likes and comments. So if you want to see more of these, make sure you spam up that like button, just so I'll know that this is something that you want to see. Excuse me for not having on a shirt, by the way, too, especially if you're still watching the video. I'm about to go to the gym, and I was like, let me just do this video real quick. Didn't even want to get all pretty and stuff like that. I just was like, let me do it as is. It's the truth, so I might as well just tell it how I am. And with that being said, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video.